that bad. But hopefully at least it's something to make a memory with. I just couldn't get the camera to focus. It was too dark. I thought that green light was going to be bright enough to give the camera something to focus on, but it wasn't enough. It just kept going blurry. Eventually it got so blurry that it just blacked out. You couldn't even see anything at least I guess we got the audio of her getting excited and tracking it a little bit. She got that main artery that goes to the hindquarters that's up close to the spine. And I can't figure out, I'll have to get with her today and figure out which way he was facing. Tried to shoot it right behind the shoulder. And it was toward the back more. Like maybe in the dark, that sometimes you can get confused about which end is which. A hog is such a squared off husky kind of animal. Because they don't have a neck, you can't really tell sometimes in the dark which way they're really facing. I think that might be what happened. Or it could be the gun off too, because I probably haven't shot that gun in probably almost 2 years. So maybe the scope is off, I don't know. But I'm gonna definitely try to figure out what happened, because if the gun's off, obviously we need to sight it in again. This weekend would be a good time to do that. I was hoping I would at least see a doe this morning. I think I'm gonna have to go scout around and find their bedding area and get closer to it. Not necessarily the buck's bedding area this time of year. I'd really like to find the doe's bedding area and then hunt downwind of it. That way I know where the buck would go to. He's gonna start chasing soon if he isn't already. He may be in lockdown, but either way, I'm probably gonna have to do some still hunting to find their bedding or to find the buck, and then try to figure out what's going on. If he's Crystal saw a good one, really nice buck, but he was a few miles down the road, but he was in chase phase with a doe.
They know, they're like, hee hee, you can't shoot me, sucker.
Okay, I got a good picture. How much is that?
Count them.
I'm trying, I can't. I see 6.
I can't,
Looks
he's turning
about-
sideways.
It looks more than 6.
It's probably about
2, 4,
8 point.
6, 8.
He's a big, that one's a good. He's a young one, look at him chasing her. Oh, he's pretty.
That is pretty.
Too bad we can't chase him up.
But I need to find this particular buck and see if he's in lockdown with the doe or what's going on, so I know how to hunt him. If you don't see him, you can't really work out a strategy. I gotta have some kind of information to go off of. I hate to do that with this, because I don't really have time to let it calm back down. But I gotta do something, because 5 days isn't very long. Good afternoon. So I'm gonna hunt this evening here in this spot, and then in the morning I'm gonna hunt this spot one more time, and then in the evening I'm gonna give this spot to my wife. Nothing says I'm about to kill a big buck like a Donald Trump hat. Yeah. I believe I found the bedding about down that right away over there. It's about 100 yards maybe to, it's about 100 yards to the area where there's a bunch of deciduous saplings. It's a transition line from thick pines to sweet gums and some oaks. So they're all pretty fairly young trees. It's pretty thick, except for where they've been walking. I set a stand up over there, and Crystal was thinking about hunting over here this evening. But if I was sitting in that other stand, the wind would have been blowing from over there straight to this feeder, and it would have been bumping her deer, so it wasn't a good situation. And I didn't set it up to plan for both of us to sit at the same time with that wind. I thought it was going to be cooler with a north wind, but that's not going to be until tomorrow evening, and then we can go from there. We should be able to easily both hunt and both have the wind in our favor tomorrow evening and not be bumping each other's deer. So he was pretty big, but unfortunately, he didn't follow the doe and heat up here to the decoy. He I guess he couldn't see through that fence row right there. I guess that's what happened, because it's kind of grown up through that fence. So the decoy's on this side of that fence row. I guess maybe if I would have had the decoy on that other side of the fence row, he would have come in, or he might have seen it. I think tomorrow I'll drag well, actually, tomorrow I may set up on the other side of the high line. It was a close call. I'm getting closer. At least when I see deer, I know what to do or I can adjust. So that's 2 days in a row that they came by my mock scrape. So I may need to put the decoy over by the mock scrape. Maybe I'll come back.